Hit mic. Good afternoon, everybody. How is everybody doing? How's my microphone sounding, everybody? Give me a little check if you guys can hear my mic and it's not too loud. Give me some whys. Why? I turned it down a little bit, so we should be okay now. How is everybody doing today? For those of you who don't know who I am David Green. Thank you, guys. Been trading in the markets for a little over 35 years now. Most of you probably know who I am. We've been with you guys quite a few times now. We are joining you from my live trading room. This week is actually our boot camp, where I'm teaching my entire course live. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to be with you guys to trade the opening from about 9:25 till 10:25 or so. So you guys will be able to watch us trade at our busiest time of the day. So a couple of things I want to talk to you guys about. First of all, let's just check some of the orders. If anything lines up for us to trade, as we're speaking right now, we will trade it, and I'll explain why we were doing it. We're watching Playboy, and right now it's trading at 53.30. We have a little pivot point up at 54.40, so I'm trying to short the stock up there. And GameStop, we're going to cancel because that just bounced strongly from where it was a couple of minutes ago. All right, so I am here for you guys today. Labu, let's take a look. Labu is not going to get to 85.75 in the next couple of minutes, but it is a better buy than sell. Labu was a stock, and I want to talk to you guys for a little bit about swing trading today in a little bit. That actually worked out to be a beautiful swing trade for us about a month back from where we are right now. Good afternoon, Nancy. What up, Daniel? How's everybody doing? No, it's just a better buy. I mean, Labu's just a better buy if we get a pullback to buy on a trend trade. Mavis was a stock that everybody was in today, right? Been going for the last couple of days. Yeah, I'll sell short Labu there also, but it's not going to get there. Whenever I look at a stock, the first thing I want to put up, guys and gals, is the daily chart. And so this is a daily chart of Mavis. And we can see the stock one beautiful day up, 2 beautiful days up, all right? So thank you, Tina. We are having a good day. It's been a good trading day. Mavis is a stock that if we get one more day up, I will look to short this stock. When I'm doing a swing trade, okay, and we'll probably usually do it towards using options, and I'm going to show you guys a couple of examples of this today. I look to get involved in a stock after it's had 3 days, consecutive days up, and our relative strength gets close to the 80 level. And we can see right now, and I don't care if it's a Reddit stock, I don't care if it's one that everybody thinks is going to $200. Day 3 is usually where you get the FOMO in a stock. And what do I mean by that? That's when the people who didn't buy it at $14 and $15 and didn't buy it at $17 and $18 and $20 run in with the last gasp and pay $26 or $27. And that's usually telling us that that is about as far as that stock is going to go without having some kind of correction. So for those of you who don't know the technical analysis that we're using, we have a relative strength set on 20 and 80. And what that means is if a stock gets below a 20 RSI, we look to start buying it at some point. And if it gets above an 80 RSI, we look to start shorting it at some point. And we will not get involved in a swing trade unless we have that set up below 20 or above 80. So Mavis is a stock I'm going to be looking at tomorrow to get in on the short side. The one great trade that's set up for us today in Mavis, and I'm going to go back, because this stock has been up all day, right? For the most part. Okay. So one of the most powerful trades that we do, and this is going to start setting up a lot when earnings come out. And remind me, I want to talk a couple of minutes about earnings today while we have time. Our trend trade. And our trend trade is going to be the trade that we make the most money on. And we were watching Mavis right from the get-go as soon as it opened. And it showed us very, very early that it was going to be in a trend trade. And when we're looking to get into a trend trade, is when we use our 9 and our 15 EMA. Again, for those of you who don't know, we're using a 9 exponential, 15, 65, and 200. So when the stock is in an uptrend, we're looking for a pullback for that 9 and 15 EMA to get long the stock. And we bought this stock. Our average price was around $21.40. Now, the idea behind a trend trade is when a stock pulls back to the trend, it's going to stop going down and start going up. And we got in the stock right around $21.40. And then what we do is we start taking profits as the stock goes up, and we start raising our stop order. So from $21.40, the stock went to basically $24, up $2.60. So the people in the room who took advantage of this, and look, I have people in my room that are trading all different sizes of volume when they do, right? So for someone who bought 1,000 shares here, I think we averaged taking like $1.50 out of the trade and made $1,500 on that trade. But this is a classic trend trade. This is something that we look for, especially when stocks are strong. And that's why it's so important to talk about it now before earnings come up, right? Because when earnings come out, stocks that usually start strong, stay strong. And stocks that usually start weak, stay weak. And we're going to get a lot of these trend trade setups where we could really take advantage and make a couple of banana skins on it. Now we're looking at Mavis, right? And look for the last hour what this stock has done. Nothing. And by the way, guys, this whole market has been dead since 10:15 this morning. Really. 10:15 this morning. After that, I think we had 3 trades, guys, or I think 3 or 4 trades, maybe 3. We broke even on one. We made money on 2, and there has been nothing going on for the entire day after that, which brings me to an important point, because today in our room, all we're doing is talking about money management and learning about trading, not really how to trade. And one of the most important things is that you don't overtrade. And that's great, Matt. You got Mavis at 12. Good for you. You don't overtrade, and you don't do any trading at all unless something technically sets up for us to do. And I know that's a hard thing for a lot of people out there to do, because you always want to be in a trade, right? It's the fear of missing out. But to get an 88% win rate, which we had last month, and we're on about the same pace this month, you got to be patient, you got to be disciplined, and you got to wait for the quality setups. Keep in mind, we're talking about day trading. You want to talk about swing trading and investing, that's a completely different ballgame. I hope a bunch of you were able to take advantage last week. If you guys remember last Monday, and we talked about it on Wednesday, one of the stocks that we were talking about was Plug, right? Anybody in the room remember that? And this was a swing trade that we did. And I want to show you why we did the swing trade. I've heard from some people, a bunch of people who actually got into this trade. So one of the first types of swing trade that we do is when a stock moves a significant amount and hits a daily or a weekly level. And this will be the only time, because it's a more advanced trading technique, that we will ever average into a stock. Because sometimes when stocks move a lot and hit daily and weekly levels, they might break below it a little bit. They might break above it a little bit if we're shorting. So it's the only time I will ever average into a stock. Otherwise, we never do this. But I want to show you guys the weekly chart of Plug. Okay? And this was last Monday, the 19th, right here. This is when we were talking about the stock. And the stock had come down from $75. Now, when a stock comes down from $75, and I have to tell you guys, you want to talk about patience and discipline, I never looked at this stock until it got down to our 65 EMA on a daily chart. So everybody in our room was long this stock, and the price was $25.30. That was the price, right? Oh, there you go, Steve. So when Steve went long, he bought in and he made 16%. So 16% on a weekend investment is pretty good, right? So the stock from $25.30, it went about $1 below it, okay? So here's the gig when I'm getting into a swing trade. And remember I just mentioned that we will average into a swing trade. But you have to know how to do this properly, okay? I'm giving you guys some gold today. Averaging into a stock doesn't mean that you buy it every 10 cents it goes down, right? Or every 20 cents, especially when we're looking to get into a swing trade. So in a $25 stock, okay, you always start with your smallest amount when you're getting into a swing trade. And what a lot of people will do is they find a spot in a stock, they shoot all their bullets in one shot and they can't buy anymore if it goes down a little bit lower. And a lot of times they might end up getting stopped out on that trade when it breaks down, rather than buying a little bit more and taking advantage of the big move up when it happens. Okay, our swing trades are about 95% on swing trades that we've done in the last year. And the reason that they're so good is because we wait. And they don't happen very often, but when they do happen, 95% of the time, they're really good trades. So if I'm looking at a $25 stock and it starts going down to my daily level, I'm going to start with my smallest amount. So let's just say that I'd be willing to get into a total trade of this of, I don't know, let's say 300 shares. Okay. I will start with my smallest amount at 25.30. So let's say I buy 50 shares. In a $25 stock, if it goes down $1 to 24, I will buy another 50 shares. So my first entry is the smallest. My second entry matches that. If I get a chance to buy the stock at 23, that's when you double your size. So I'm willing to buy this at 25, 24, and 23. And I'd have a total of 200 shares right now. And my average, because we bought the most of it on the bottom, would be about 23.50. Now, I'm not going to keep buying something forever. So even when we do a swing trade, and guys in my room, this is very important. I hope you guys are taking notes on this. We're going to go over it in much more detail, but take notes on this. I'm not going to keep buying something forever, okay? After I've bought a stock a maximum of 3 times, I'm going to have a stop order. And my stop order would be, I will risk $1.50 on my entire position on this trade. So I'm long at 23.50, okay? My stop is 22. I have 200 shares on this trade. So I'm risking $1.50 on 200 shares or $300. That's my maximum risk on this trade. So you can't keep averaging into a stock blindly. You'll go broke. But in this case, we got 50 at 25 and 50 at 24. Great. I'm long 100 shares at 24.50. So how do we get out of it, right? I try to get out of this based on technicals now, okay? And we could see where the stock now, it's gone from 24 to 29. I am definitely putting in a stop order now. We're up $4.50 on this trade. So my recommendation is you sell half of the trade. Okay, we're up $900 on this trade right now. So my recommendation is always sell half of the trade. So we sell half of our trade. We got 100 shares left. And technically speaking, if the market's good and if this stock stays good, our first resistance is up at $35. So it's telling us where to get in. Okay. And now it could be telling us where to get out. But that would be my ultimate target if the stock gets up, because now we would be hitting resistance. So this is a perfect example of how to get in a swing trade on a daily or a weekly chart. You average in, but you average in smartly. Okay, you don't shoot all your bullets on the first pop. Anybody have any questions about this? I'm going to show a bunch of examples of it, or a couple more examples of this. But this is what we're looking for. So number one, I'm looking for a giant move in a stock that comes down and hits my daily and weekly level. Number two, I will average into it, start with my smallest amount, and add to it 2 times, a maximum of 2 times. Now, let's say we would have bought this at 25.30 and it never went down. All right, fine. I got my first little bit. I'm happy taking 3 or 4 points on that. But I'm not afraid of the stock breaking this by a little bit because I want to add to my position. Okay? Yeah, I just answered that, Slick. What happens if you buy your 50 shares and it goes up? Well, then we don't get to buy anymore, and we enjoy the profits on the little bit of stock that we have. And in that case, I wouldn't have sold any of it, and I'd just keep trailing my stop order up. So in other words, we're long at 25.50. I would have my stop order at 28.50 now, and I'll lock in a $3 profit, and maybe we can get a little more out of it. Yes, pork, and that's one of the biggest things that I talked about today, okay? We have to get out of our losers very quickly and let our winners run as long as possible. That's how you make the most money as a trader. And again, guys, we're talking about swing trading, okay? As a day trader, it's the same thing. If I bought this stock during the day, I would sell some, I would sell some, I'd raise my stop order and lock in profit. Okay? But yes, that's one of the biggest problems, especially beginning traders have. They get out of their losers and let them go too long, and they don't make enough money on their winners, right? How many people in this room have that problem? Where you'll get into a trade, you'll watch it lose money, and you don't get out. But as soon as you start making money, you get out of the trade much too quickly. That is a big problem for beginning traders or experienced traders, right? Give me some whys if that's happened to anybody out there. It's a very, very important thing to learn. Very important. Mavis, we just had a little breakout. Let's go take a look. I'm going to show you guys a couple more examples of swing trades. Mavis. Yeah, so here's a perfect example now, guys, of a base trade that just worked in Mavis. So we talked about a base trade last week, right? This is it. The stock is going sideways for a long period of time. Look at the volume that just came into this stock. That is telling us that it's ready to break out and start going to the upside. Perfect, perfect. So the high of this base was about 22.91. Okay, so we're taught in a base trade that if it gets above the base, we buy it with a market order. Now we're in the trade and we start selling it as it goes up. So it's already up 50 cents. So if we grab this out of the base, we'd sell some for a 50-cent profit, bring our stop order up now to lock in a profit, and try to get even more out of it. The best feeling in the world, guys, okay? The best feeling in the world is when you're in a winning trade and you've already sold some of it, right? I can't lose money now. Can't lose money on this trade. I'm in a winning trade. I sold some of it. I can't lose any money now. Worst case that happens is if it goes back down, I'm going to get out of it break even. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, happy. The most important thing in trading is limiting your losses. Let's check Playboy. Let's see what we're doing. Hey, room guys, is anybody seeing anything? See, look at Playboy, guys and gals. Look how good a trade this would have been. We had an order to sell it. Look at this, at 54.40, okay? Why did I have an order to sell it? Because that was a pivot point, and the stock would have been straight up $2 to hit that. So when the stock is going up, we look to short it when it hits our resistance, right? So if we would have sold that at 54.40, it's down 80 cents from there already. And that's the trade I'm looking for as a day trade. You short 100 shares, you make 70, 80 cents, you made 80 bucks. You short 1,000 shares, you make 70, 80 cents, you made $800. You just do that once a day, you're making $220,000 a year with a 1,000-share trade. That's what we're looking for. Patience. We didn't do anything in this stock. Didn't think about it until it got up to our pivot point, which is a technical place telling us to sell it. Now, because we came close, I'm going to cancel it. Because chances are, if that goes back up there again, chances are it's going to go through it, okay? Pivot points are simple, all right? I will answer individual stock questions in a little bit of while. 9, 15, 65 is optimal for swing trading. Okay, Ramon, that's a great question, all right? I'm going to be using mostly my 65 and my 200 EMA for swing trades because the 9 and the 15 are really for trend trades, right? Let me show you Labu, okay, on a weekly chart. So I'm marking these stocks down, guys, and I'll address them for you guys in a couple of minutes. I got JMIA, I got TCAT. Look, guys, and ladies, whenever I come on here, I try to give you as much useful information as I can, right? Talking about individual stocks, yes, we can do that. But by showing you actual techniques and stuff, that's going to help you guys 1,000 times more than talking about individual stocks, right? Everybody agree with that? Yes. Try and teach you guys how to trade. Not that you guys don't know, but all the stuff, if you can add this to your repertoire, it can only help, right? So to go back to Ramon's question, I'm not buying swing trades on a 9 and a 15 EMA. So look at this Labu, Ramon. It hit the 9. It steadied a little bit. That was $130. From there, it went to the 15 at $117 and busted right through there. So do not do swing trades on the 9 and the 15 EMA. Look what happened when it went all the way down to our 200 EMA, guys and girls. That was $71. The next week, the stock went back up to 109. It went up $38 in a week. These are the swing trades that we're looking to do. So always look for swing trading on daily and weekly levels. That's one way, okay? The other way to get a swing trade is what I'm going to show you right now, and that is like a Mavis. When a stock has no support, has no resistance, but it starts getting really stretched out. So I'm going to show you a couple examples of how to do this trade when it gets really stretched out. Guys, anyone in the room grab Mavis for the breakout? So if you look now, guys, Mavis is now up $1 from the breakout with volume. Gary, you got some? Excellent. So you could tell the stock was going to start to go, ladies and gents, right? Look at the volume. There was no volume in this stock for an hour and a half. None. Here's your volume. It's going to go. Here's your volume. Here's your volume. Tremendous. So whether you were never in this stock or not, I have some people in the room that got long at $23. They're up $1 on it now. That's great. That is great. Been swinging it since 1080. Excellent. Good for you guys. That's fantastic. It's not shortable at all, guys, so we can't short it. The only way we can short this stock if we want is with options. That's it. Gary's still in from 22.48. Beautiful. Again, guys, trim a little bit up here, right? Trim a little bit, sell another 25%, and then just keep trailing your stop up, okay? It's not so much Gherkin sector analysis for swing trades. Look, we're going to look if all tech stocks are ripping up, then we're going to start look. We're going to look if all the meme stocks are all going up, then we're going to start looking, okay? We have a watch list of probably 100 stocks that we look at every day, and then we go where the action is. Action's been in Mavis all day today, right? Yes, I will write that down to you, CHP2. Yes, it's been in Mavis all day today. Every time this stock pulled back, it was a buy, and you just got $1.30 out of the breakout from $23. I mean, just spectacular. These are all technical analysis things that are telling us when to get in and out of trades. Yeah, AMC's waking up a little bit. Yes, this could be day one, right? Could be day one. Mavis is on CNBC right now. Okay. And AMC's just starting to break out on a weekly, really above $11. So here's what I do in AMC, guys. And again, I'm not advising anybody to do anything. Everybody trades at their own risk, yada, yada, yada. I would take a shot on some AMC options way out of the money that are really cheap, right? Way out of the money. So you don't risk a lot, right? So let me take a look. Let's see what we got going on in AMC options. All right, so these are all options I'm looking at that expire in 4 days, right? So it's this week. They're weekly options. And it's trading at 11.50. So a 12 call you could buy right now for 48 cents. You only need it to go up 50 cents between now and the end of the week to start making money. What I like to do is I might look out at 14, right? It's only 17 cents to buy a 14 call. Doesn't have to get to 14 to start making money. It just has to go up from here. So rather than buy the stock, and if you're in the stock, that's great, okay? That's fine. Sometimes I'll do what I call a lottery ticket, and we'll grab a bunch of options. You know, the most we can lose on a 14 call is $17 on any one that we do. So that's how I would play AMC if you're not in the stock already. It's a lot cheaper. You know, to buy 100 shares of AMC is what, $1,100? You know, you can buy a 13 call for $17. And even better with the earnings coming out tomorrow, right? Although, guys, I don't see the earnings tomorrow. Let me look. Is it? No. Yeah, 5. No. They're not coming out till May, Jaro. They're not coming out till May. May 6th is when the earnings come out. Look, AMC is not going to have any earnings. Does anyone think AMC's earnings are going to get better than they were? Their movie theaters still aren't open. It's not about earnings with that stock at all. It's about whether you know, people want to keep buying it because they think it's okay, but it's certainly not about earnings. EMA parameters, Daniel, write it down: 9, 15, 65, and 200. Exponential. We have 319 people here and only 51 likes. All right, if I don't get another 49 likes by 2:30, I'm leaving. All right, I want to explain to you guys another method of trend trading, and then I will get to all your questions and we can just talk for a little bit. All right, let's talk about swing trading. I want to show you how this sets up. So bear with me for 1 minute. This is important for you guys who want to swing. Let me just open up this chart, and here we go. And I want to make sure that you guys can see this chart when I put it up. Let everybody tell me if you guys can see. Don't call my bluff. All right. Can everybody see this stock on the charts now? DBX. Give me a Y if you can see this up there. Can everybody see this stock on the charts? Good. Okay. Don't try to put this chart up. This is a picture. So nobody try to follow this, but I want to show you what Mavis is setting up to do right now. Okay. And I want to show you when we get involved in a swing trade after a stock has made what we consider too big a move, either up or down. So we have day 1, we have day 2, we have day 3. Number 1 rule for getting into a swing trade is I do not even look to get into a swing trade unless it's had the 3rd day up. And we call this a far from moving average swing trade, or a change of momentum swing trade, whatever title you want to put on it. But I do not look to get into a swing until day 3, minimum. Okay? So 3 days up is when I start looking to get into a swing trade. Along with that, we need the relative strength at 80 or very close. So these criteria have to be met in order for me to start looking to get into a swing trade in a stock. Very important. You have to have both. One don't work. You got to have both. So in this case, we got 3 days and we have the RSI. Beautiful. In day 3, I'm going to look to start shorting the stock if it's going up. And I'm going to look for some technical analysis to help me decide where I'm going to get into this stock. And we can see we have a pivot point right around 41.50. That's where I'm starting my swing trade. Remember, I'm doing it with my smallest amount. Up $1? Yes, overbought, Ramon. I'm adding at 42.50, smallest amount. So I did 50 shares and I did 50 shares. And at 43.50, I'm doing 100 shares. So I have 200 shares and my average is 43. Okay. This is all happening. No, on the downside, we're going to look for below 20. Okay. Below 20. So above 80 going up, my CNAV, and below 20 going down. Okay. This dude always dropping golden nuggets. It would be amazing to watch David right off the open. We're doing it tomorrow morning, Happy. All right. Tomorrow morning, I'm coming on at 9:25 and we're going to trade. Okay. So we sold 41.50, 42.50, and 43.50. My average is 43. I'm going to risk $1.50 on this trade. My stop is at 44.50. I'm risking $300. So I'm going to show you now the continuation of this on the next chart. So let's take a look and see what happened after this. And again, I'm not making this up. I want you to see what happens when stocks get really stretched out like this. This is the chart, okay? This is day 1. This is day 2. This is day 3. What happened after that, guys and gals? You guys tell me. It went down 6 days in a row, right? But when a stock gets this stretched out, when it has 3 days in a row up, and when we have that 80 RSI, there is a 90% chance that this stock is going to turn and start going down. And again, if it doesn't, I get stopped out. So I was risking $300 on this trade. So now we're short, okay? 200 shares at 43. So it's very important now. And again, guys, this is the first time you're seeing it. You're going to be confused by this. I get it. It's very important now where to set our targets to buy this back, right? How much do we want to make on this trade when it starts turning down now? And the answer to that is retracement. I'm going to take the entirety of this move from where it started to here. And we started at, let's just say 30, and we went up $14. Great. When a stock does something like this, we can expect anywhere between a 30 and a 50% correction. You know, people who know Fibonacci's know this also. When a stock really gets stretched out, you're going to get a pullback. We call that retracement. And it's going to retrace a portion of the move that it just made. So it went up $14, right? So 30% of 14 is $4, and 50% of 14 is $7, okay? I'm going to be looking to make on this trade between $4 and $7 on my 200 shares, all right? I'm going to be looking to make on this trade. Bill, we short somewhere in day 3, not day 4. Unless the RSI isn't at 80 in day 3. We got to have both. All right, Bill? And you guys in the boot camp, okay? Just for everybody that's listening to us today, this week is my boot camp. I am teaching my entire course live to everybody. There's a cost involved in that. I don't have any visitors this week. That's why I can't invite you guys to come in for the rest of this week because it's my boot camp. But next week, I'm going to have everybody who wants come in and hang out with us for an entire week. Once a month, we shut down to visitors, and I teach my entire course live. So that's a pretty cool thing. And while we're trading the markets, you'll see that tomorrow. Okay? So I should expect to make between $4 and $7 on this trade. Me personally, if we make $5, we make $1,000 on this trade with 200 shares, I'm happy with that. Well, guess what, guys? The next day, the stock we were average was 43. It made a low of 38, went down $5. I'm out of that trade the next day. I know it kept going down longer than that and a lot lower than that, but I'm happy making $5 on my trade. What people can do, is you buy half and you trail half, okay? And then you hold on to a little bit and see how much more you can get out of it. But this is a beautiful example of a stock that gets way overdone. Got to average into it the proper way, and you got to know what to expect on a pullback from that trade. So that's why I'm looking at Mavis right now, okay? I'm looking at Mavis right now because it's in the process of doing this, right? And again, there's no reason to sell any more Mavis now until it turns down from here. Guys who have this in the room, okay, let it keep going. Bring your stop up to like 24.20 now and lock in $1.25. All right? Gary bought Mavis at 22.48 and sold at 24.98 for $2.50 in 1 hour. Nice job, Gary. Spectacular. Now that you're out of the trade, if it pulls back to the trend lines, you know, in a reasonable amount of time, we can get back into the trade. So here's a person in my room, took all their profits when they got in on the trend, sold it all right now. But there's nothing wrong now, guys. And again, we don't do trend trades after 3 o'clock because we just don't. But if this stock would have pulled down to our trend lines now at 23.90 and 23.50, that's where you get back in. When stocks are this strong in trends, they stay in trends. So this can pull back. We can buy it again in anticipation of it continuing that trend up, okay? So if we look at Mavis, this is day 2. Tomorrow is going to be day 3 if we get up from here. Now, Mavis, we can't even short. We'll have to look to do options. But AMC might be up 3 days in a row, but AMC is not going to have an 80 RSI on a daily chart. See, I'm on it right now, right? So look, Dan, right? We have a 60 RSI, and it's only up $1. You know, first of all, I would never short AMC anyway because it's a meme stock. It's a Wall Street bet stock. So I'm not shorting that anyway. Like I said, if anything, I'd be buying the options that we just talked about. And I guarantee you those options are going up every time this thing goes up. Right? Even if you bought the 14 calls, you're probably up a couple of pennies on it right now. Again, that's the best way to play a stock, especially a lot of people don't have. Okay? A lot of people don't have the money to buy the stock itself. Then you can do options. Let's see. Understood, but testing a new schedule without promoting the different new shows will not produce a time. You let your audience know, or you only attract those looking for the old show. I don't think that's for me. It's a good question, Alan. It looks like you could be managing several trades at the same time. Do you cap your capital equipment, and how many are practical to manage? That is a great question. And I'll say two things. It depends on what you have for capital in your account and how many that you can do at one time. And I'll say if you're a beginning trader, and I tell this to all my people who are just learning, if we get into one trade, guys, cancel all the other orders you have, and let's just see how that trade works out. So at the beginning, as a beginning trader, I don't want you doing more than one trade at a time. You're not going to be able to do it. So that's why I want you to just get into one trade at a time. Okay? That's it. There's a lot of stuff that's up 20% today, Elliot. A crap load of stuff. So we spend our whole day looking for opportunities. And every time I put up a chart, I'm looking at what my opportunity is to make a trade. So let's look at GameStop. GameStop is hitting a double top right now. Yeah, you can try it there, small GameStop. It just came down a bunch, right? Double top was 168.50. Did it get there? It just hit it. Okay, so let me explain a trade a couple of people in the room just did. All right? So this is GameStop. This morning, I'm going to go to a 15-minute chart. It made a high of $168.50. Okay? It went down from that point almost $6. Now it's come back up and exactly tested that 168.50 level again. This is what we call a double top. So when a stock makes a double top going up, we want to short it. So there's some people in the room that just shorted this stock at 168.50, getting into what we call a double top trade. So in GameStop, you have a 50, 60 cent stop if it gets above. And if it gets down to like 168.20, 168.10, you cover a little bit, and then you see if you can get a little more out of it. So this is a trade just executed. I got there too late, and we'll see if it works out on that. You know, GameStop is a wacky animal, so I always tell my peeps in this to cut your size in it. But this is exactly what a double top trade is. And there it is, guys and gals. Boom. The stock just went from 168.50 to 168 in about 5 seconds. There's your 50-cent trade right there. All right? So the technicals that we use, guys and gals, they just work a lot more than they don't. It's insane. Right? So I just told everybody, take 50 cents out of the trade. Boom. Now you just got 70 cents out of the trade. It traded down to 167.75, and you can be done with this now. And there it is. The stock just went $1.20 from the high in about 30 seconds. Everybody in the room just saw that happen. Last sale was 167.16. That gave you $1.20 in about 30 seconds. Great job, guys. Great job in the room. And now we're done. That's it. I am not looking to make another trade in this now. Okay? Chances are, if this goes back to 168.50, it's going higher. But that was a beautiful example of a double top trade. Double top, stock makes its high, goes down at least $1, at least 30 minutes in between, hits the high exactly again. And look, it's right back up to where it was, but we would have made $1 on that trade in about 30 seconds. Crazy, right? Insane. No, the volume on GameStop is good. Now, chances are, guys and gals, if this goes back through 168.50, we're going higher. So let's see if we have any other resistance anywhere on this chart. So I don't have any on a 5-minute or a 15-minute or a 30-minute or a 1 hour or a 4 hour. Nope, nothing. We got zero. Now, this doesn't mean it's going to go up forever, but the key technically in GameStop was to buy this stock when it got above like 160. You can see how many times this thing pushed against our 9 EMA. Here, here, here. The fourth time it pushed against that 9 EMA, the stock exploded and has done nothing but go up from there. And when it got above our 15 EMA at 162, the stock has exploded and done nothing but go up from there. So when stocks approach resistance levels a few times and then bust through, that is another spot you can do a swing trade. So if you grab GameStop when it busted through these two spots, nothing but a home run. You know, I guess the most important thing, guys, after money management is having the proper technical analysis in your charts. Wow. Holy mackerel. And then learning how to read the charts, learning how to find support and resistance on multiple time frames. But again, what did I just say 5 minutes ago? Do not sell any more Mavis. Just keep raising your stop, right? You guys hear me say that? So from 2250, there's people still in it. Okay, so where's our resistance? Well, it tells us right here. This is a pivot point. This is a resistance. So I would advise everybody to be totally out of this stock if we got to $28. That is a huge resistance level. And if the stock was available to short, I'd be shorting it there for a trade. So the red dots you're looking at are pivot points, Kay. Everyone that trades with me and in my room is working with Think or Swim charts. That's what you're looking at right now. Does not cost anything to get. It's free. This way we're all looking at the same technical analysis and the same exact charts, okay? Guys, we'll talk about getting into the boot camp. I do the boot camp once a month. It's live. There is a fee for it, but I do it once a month. I don't want to talk about it now, but next Monday when I come on, I'm going to let everybody come into the room for 5 days for free and hang out with us, okay? And then we can talk about going forward after that. So next week, when I come on Monday, we'll talk about getting everybody in for a trial. And Cal, great question. How many trades do you average a day? Are you on throughout the day or just focus on a few hours? I am on all day. Okay? I am on all day. I know Happy's posting the link to my room, guys. Do not use that this week. Okay? Write it down somewhere, and next Monday, everybody can come in for a free trial. But this week is private. All right? Because it's all people who have paid for the boot camp. So please do me a favor and hold on to that link to my room until next Monday and then come in. Okay? Perfect. Thank you. Listen, internet, you know, I don't know any way to say it. We don't bullshit anybody. I am in with my room all day, every day, for better or for worse. We have losing trades and we have losing days. Okay? Anybody who doesn't is full of crap. But it's not me telling you. It's people in my room had an 88% win percentage last month. We're on track for it this month. We haven't had a losing month in, I think, 14 months. What we do here works. It's just a matter of putting it all together. GameStop. Let's look. It's not below the 9 yet. It is coming in. Okay. So the 9 EMA in GameStop is 166. And the 15 EMA is 165.40. So, yeah, a little earlier in the day, I'd be buying GMA at 166 and 165.40. I don't like doing trend trades close to 3 o'clock, okay, because that's when things can really change and they could break. So, you know, for a quick little trade, if we spike down to 165.30, I would take a shot in GameStop. It's straight down $3. So I would do that. So, again, someone asked before, I'm here all day, okay? I am here all day, every day trading with my traders. A lot of my traders are out of here by 10:30, 11 o'clock if they hit their numbers, and they're gone. And someone asked earlier, you know, how many trades do you have per day and how much money do you average? The bottom line is I walk in every day not planning, okay? Yes, Pete, that's a good idea. If you're going to come in for the trial, get Think or Swim now. It doesn't cost anything to do it. Okay? But again, guys, please wait until next Monday to do it. But yeah, you can get that all set up. I don't plan on how much money I'm going to make every day. I don't plan on how many trades I'm going to have every day. I can tell you that, Joe, what was it, yesterday or the day before? Person in my room the day before yesterday had 11 trades and made money on 10 of them. I think it was Friday or Thursday. So, you know, once you learn all these techniques, you're going to start finding trades on your own, not all the ones that we share. Everybody in my room posts every trade they do before they get in it. Okay? Nobody is allowed to post a trade after they've gone in and they start making money on it. We do not stand for that. It's called after-the-fact trading. I don't do it, and I won't let anyone else do it. You'll see that happen in a lot of rooms that you join, where whoever's running the room has a giant position in something, and then all of a sudden they tell all the people to buy it, and they're the only ones making money. So that's not going to happen here. There's no front running. All right. While we got a couple of more minutes left, let me answer some individual stock trades, stock questions that you guys put up here. All right. So let me start with Boeing because we're looking at it right now. We specialize in day or swing trading. Specialize in day trading, Daniel. But look, listen, I'm doing this 35 years. So everything I teach you, I specialize in. But mostly we concentrate on day trading. Okay. When swing trades set up, we do them. And we also do options trading too. So we do all three. So Boeing's trading at $242. It's nothing on it, for a day trade. Boeing tested this 244 and couldn't get above it. So 244 is a spot for Boeing to have to get above to be strong again. All right, Disney, let's take a peek. Disney, same thing, right? Disney traded, tested this 185.60. Where are we right now? Yeah, and it backed off. So Disney, longer term's got to get back above that 185.60 to turn positive. Right now, it's in a tiny little downtrend. And look what happened when it hit that resistance at 185.60. It pulled in $2 and gave you a little trade off that short. So, again, the big level Disney to get above is 185.60. Look at Mavis, guys. Oh, my God. It just doesn't stop. It does not stop. Is that incredible? How you can just sit in a stock all day and do nothing but make money. It's sick. Could this be a squeeze in AMC? Who knows? What are you guys talking about? NVAX getting FOMO? I don't know. Like I said, in AMC, I would have bought the options, and you'd already be making money in it. Stock just went up 40 cents. Yeah, it could be. It absolutely could be. Why not? Oh, Mavis, yeah. My guys want me to stop talking about Mavis, the ones that aren't in the trade. Don't chase it up here, guys and gals. Please, leave it alone. Let it come in. Drew, don't do anything yet, okay? Wait till you come in the room and hang out with me for a little bit, all right? Don't sign up for anything yet, okay? I give you guys my personal email if you guys can post it. Anyone who wants to get in touch with me going forward or to find out about the next boot camp and stuff, it's dgreen, like the color, dgreen927@yahoo.com. dgreen927@yahoo.com. All right, so Pete, we just talked about the 13 options. They went from 25 cents to 41 cents in the last 40 minutes. So do you guys realize what percentage that is? Right? They went up 16 cents. That is what? I don't know, 38, 40% in the time we've been on the phone? That's a nice trade. All right, let's look at a couple more. I know we only have about another 5 minutes or so. Dolphin is another crazy wackadoodle stock that does its thing when everything else does its thing, right? $12. Again, it could have a little more room on the upside if the market keeps going. Another one. You want to buy this one if they have options? Buy some 15 calls. That's what you do. This thing can break above 15. It's got plenty of room to the upside. I do teach these options things in the class, guys. And occasionally we do them. Yes, Mavis, the next resistance is $28. If I could short the stock at 28 for a trade, I would. Absolutely. But I can't. It's not shortable. It's not available. When I say it's not shortable, it means that my brokerage firm doesn't have any shares available for us to get into short. But again, I still have people in this trade, guys, from $22.30 from this morning. Imagine that. At 1 o'clock, it hit 22.14 on a trend. Look at this right here. $22.14 on a trend. It's up $5. Now, what I'm hoping for tomorrow is one more day like this, and then I will short the stock using options. I'll either buy puts or I'll sell some upside calls, which is a little more complicated. But we're going to have, look at the RSI now, guys. We're about 75. If we get another day like this, we're going to have that 80 RSI. We'll get all the FOMO people running in to buy it, and then we'll figure out a way to short it with either puts or selling upside calls. But one more day. Meanwhile, today, it just looks like it's going to the moon. I'm in at 20 since I put the order in pre-market sooner than I saw how much it's been trading on Reddit. Good. Excellent. Excellent. You're looking at my Interactive Brokers trading account. I have $28,500 in the account. Excuse me. I do all my trades live. Okay. You'll see me put up my orders before we get into the trades. I walk everybody through our stop orders and profit targets, although everybody knows that anyway, right? But I'm trading the markets live. I cater everything I do to the beginning traders, guys. So I trade very small amount of shares. My P&L would not make any difference to me if I made $67 a day or $670 a day. It's all about teaching the people how to do this. Okay, that's what I do. Bingo. Let's take a look. It's up 20% from when the webinar started. Yeah, and this is another one. All right, let's go right to the daily chart. We're sitting on huge resistance now. All right, the stock is up 40%. We are sitting on gigantic resistance at 740 right now on the daily chart and the weekly chart. So what does that tell me, guys? What does that tell me? It tells me if it can get above this level, it's got nothing stopping it from going higher. Right? It's a very big spot, but there's nothing stopping it from going higher if it can get above here. It's both daily and weekly resistance. So I'm looking at options, and you can see the options are they only have monthlies, which means the options don't expire for a month. So, you know, if you look at like a 9 call, that's 50 cents, but you have a month for that to work out on that. So to explain a little bit what I mean by this, guys, you can buy a 9 call option, thinking that you said it will go up, thinking that the stock can go up or start going up towards 9 within the next 25 days. And it would cost $48 to do that contract. That's it. $48, right? So for a $48 investment, if it starts going higher from here, you'll start making money. Again, to buy 100 shares of the stock is $900. But to buy one contract is $48. So again, that's how I would look to do that one if I was going to do it, anything, because it's at a huge daily and weekly level. So you buy a 9 call and you invest $48. Julian is usually $90 for the year right then. Oh, you two guys are talking about the something else. So look, and guys, here's another thing, and girls, I don't mean to say to leave out the ladies. Look how good a short that would have been if it got to 28. We were just talking about Mavis, right? It missed it by 20 cents. It's down $2. Right? So how good would that have been if it got to 28 and we were able to short it? It went down $1 and change. So that's why it's so important to learn the technical analysis and so important how to learn how to read the charts. That's it. That's what this is all about. This isn't rocket science, okay? If you can put together the money management part of this, which I talk about forever, and then the technical analysis part of it, which takes a little bit longer to learn, but you can practice and get better at it. I've never had anybody with me in a room that has blown up a trading account, okay? Never. I've never had anybody with me. I shouldn't say that. I've never had anybody with me who followed our rules blow up a trading account. I should preface it by saying that. We just don't have enough losing trades in a row for that ever to happen. It just doesn't happen. RVPH skyrocket. RVPH skyrocket in flight. Skyrocket in flight. Again, decent little base trade here, right? I mean, I wouldn't have got into above like 870, but again, look at all this sideways action, right? Sideways action, and then it breaks above. David, regarding selling covered calls, what happens if the buyer doesn't want to buy the shares back? Do I have to buy the contract back? Yeah, Dan, that's a little more complicated than we want to get into right now, right? Yes. A lot of people don't even know about the regular options, let alone, selling covered calls and stuff. So, no, RVPH is another one, right? This is a lottery ticket. This could be day one up. But my suggestion for all peeps out there who don't have a lot of money in their accounts is to buy options in these things. You can hit major home runs sometimes in these things, and you know what your downside is. That's the most important thing. I don't mind being in a trade where I know how much I can lose, and I'm limited to that, right? Unfortunately, this afternoon, we didn't have any live trades set up, but if I'm going to be with you guys at 9:25 tomorrow, I would anticipating us having a bunch of trades that are setting up. And guys, it has been my pleasure to be here with you. I love doing this stuff. I have never done a collaboration with anybody in my career until I hooked up with Jason and Aaron from Benzinga. My room has always been the best kept secret on Wall Street. And my room is not ever going to be a room where I have 500 people in it or 200 people or even 150 people. We're almost at capacity now. But I like to keep it personal. I had a boot camp this week. I have 12 people in the boot camp. That's about the maximum that I like to take so that we can really concentrate on everything and nobody gets lost in the shuffle. It's my pleasure. In case you guys haven't figured it out by now, I love doing this. This is my passion. It's the only thing I've ever done in my life. I've been a trader since I was 22 years old. So I'm doing this for 38 years.
Guys, if you haven't already, I don't know why, but just hit that like button. I mean, come on. This is gold. This is free gold that David's been giving away for the last hour. And I'm very excited for tomorrow morning. We're going to see 9:25 to about 10:30, that first hour of the day. Yeah, me and Ty, David will be back tomorrow, 9:25 a.m. to about 10:30 a.m. And we'll see how it goes. And if you guys like it, and I will only know you like it because you will have hit the like button. That's how I'll know you like it. Then we can do maybe do more. But if you don't hit the like button, I won't know that. So
yeah, let's preface this by saying for tomorrow morning, okay?
Yeah.
When you guys come in at 9:25, which is going to be 5 minutes before the market opens, things are going to be flying all over the place. It's going to seem like everything is moving very, very quickly. My strong suggestion is that nobody right away get involved in anything that we're doing right off the bell and stuff like that, because, I just don't want anybody getting in trouble or losing money on my account. So just take it easy when you first come in the morning. But once we slow down a little bit, which is good, by 10:15, the morning session isn't over, and then we can talk a little bit about the stuff that's happened while we were in there, and we'll talk about going forward.
So what that means is there probably won't be time tomorrow to do like questions from the chat, like, hey David, like look at this ticker. Probably not gonna have time for that, right? We're just gonna be along for the ride.
Exactly.
And we're gonna see what goes down at the open, because you guys said we asked, what do you want? You said more live trading. We said, okay, who do we know that does that? Oh, this guy, David Green. So let's that'll be tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to that. David Green, he's said it several times. Wall Street Global Trading Academy. I would have normally have put his links up on the screen, but because this week is his boot camp, I'm not. They're in the description though. We'll promote that more on future shows. But David, always a pleasure, sir. Great job as always. I will see you tomorrow morning. We all see you tomorrow morning.
Excellent. I will be here.
All right. Thanks a
All
lot.
right. Thanks for the opportunity again, Spence.
All right. And on that note, everyone, I just want to say, we're doing some experimentation with our schedule. Starting tomorrow, David's going to be on live at the Open. Neil Hamilton and Get Technical, that would normally be on then, is going to move from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. until after Power Hour. Power Hour, we think we're going to trim it down a little bit so it's not 2 hours, maybe an hour to an hour and a half, and then Get Technical will be on after that tomorrow. So in the afternoons. On a unrelated, or I guess related note, Vivi, the host of our biotech show, is actually out this week, so no biotech buzz tomorrow, Thursday. That's more so a function of Vivi being out of town. But we are in experimentation mode on this channel. We've had the schedule pretty stable for the last, I would say, month and a half, and we're looking to switch things up, right? We're always looking to see what we can be doing different, what we can improve upon. So starting tomorrow, those are the biggest changes. David Green at 9:30, Neil Hamilton after Power Hour in the afternoon. We are going to stop doing the Benzinga Pro showcase for now in the mornings. That little 10:30 to 11 block. We definitely want to be doing some Benzinga Pro stuff, but wasn't quite sure that was the right venue. We're going to figure that out. There will be more stuff about Benzinga Pro. I promise we will not be neglecting that. But for the moment, we're going to not be doing that little 10:30 to 11 slot. And yeah, we're just going to clear out a couple things on the schedule, right? For example, I'm not going to be doing my ETF show. I think at least as often. I was really only doing it like once a week anyway, so gonna table that. Gonna table a few other things. We're gonna reduce the frequency of the cannabis show, and we're trying to get better, right? Try new things all the time. Be trading rest. Would it be possible to call you right now on the phone or Skype? No. I've asked producer Rohan. For some reason, the how they do the calls on Power Hour, and the cord that they use, he gave me one, but it doesn't work for whatever reason on my setup. I don't know why. So producer Rohan is neglecting me on that front. I don't have the technological ability to be able to broadcast a phone call right now. Pete Rosenberg is absolutely right. We will be posting the schedule tomorrow morning on Twitter. Check it out. So, yep, that's what I was going to say. And what else? I'm just catching up on the chat. What will you do for your life from 10:30 to... Man, we have to go back to go forward, okay? We have to go backwards to go forwards. There will end up being more, I promise. But we realized that, a lot of the shows that we were doing, we were doing them just to do them. And so we have to go backwards to go forwards. There will end up being more new shows, I promise. The big thing is more live trading. We're going after that, right? We're trying to expand our crypto show. We want more crypto. We want more live trading. Those are two huge priorities. We're working on it. Biotech is still going to be on. Again, just not this week because Vivi is out. So no biotech this week, unfortunately. And that's going to be the big thing. Thomas says that he watches pre-market prep daily, but he has to go searching around to find the other shows not on pre-market prep. Interesting feedback, Thomas. I hear you. If you go to the Benzinga YouTube channel, you will always be able to find all of our other shows. A, they all have their own playlist, and B, they're all there in chronological order. If you just go to the videos tab on our channel, and then they're all there. I should mention as well, we have a second channel, Benzinga Clips, just for highlights, not for the whole shows, just for highlights of all of our shows. It's right there. Here, you know what? I'm going to bring it up so you can see. Just so you can see. If you haven't subscribed already, highly recommend it. I'm going to share my screen. You can see it will show you that we're live right now, right here. Upcoming streams. There we go. Look at that. Benzinga clips right there. Brand new channel, like 2 weeks old. Here it is. I don't know why it says get real-time update. That needs to be fixed, but just highlights of every show right here. Check it out. Subscribe if you have not already. Benzinga clips. You can find it by going to the Benzinga channel and just scrolling down, and there it is, right there. So go ahead and smash that like if you haven't. Give Marcus Highcutter a show. Maybe. We're working on it. There is no right way to do this. We are working on anything and everything is on the table. So with that being said, I'm going to hop off. I will see you guys back here in 20 minutes for the At the Close show with Joel from 3. That's going to stay the same every day, 3:30 to 4. And at 4 o'clock, I'm going to be joined for our weekly short report with Edwin Dorsey. He's going to talk to us about what happened in short seller land last week and how it moved stocks. We've got Cannabis Insider today at 4:30. We've got Money Mitch today at 6. Making Bread with Sheds at 7. And the Rail Report at 8. More changes will come. We will communicate that to you. I promise. But that's it. So I'm going to hop off and I'll see you all back here in 20 minutes for the At the Close show. Hit that like, hit subscribe, hit share, and I'll see you in a few.